Dark.
Hello everyone. I hope to have my pretty rainbow picture back up in the background hopefully by tomorrow. I wanted to get it up today but just didn't make it up yet because I know this is like a pretty blah background.
It's a white wall.
As you can see, I got my hair covered today. It's for a good reason. Talking about our Bible reading today, because I've always wondered about this, because I know I always read it in the Bible before. I read it in the Bible before when I had read through the whole Bible, that it said was talking about women supposed to have their hair covered. And I was talking to Sherm about it, and he's like, "No, you don't." And then that's what's in today's reading as well, and it's in the New Testament. But I know it's in the Old Testament as well. But I couldn't remember it being in the New Testament, but it is, and it's in today's. And so I put this on, and Sherm still don't think that girls should have to cover their hair. So I've always been upset. It always upset me because I never knew what to do, because the Bible says, why, when we get into the reading here, you'll see that women are supposed to have their hair covered when they pray and stuff, and then like society is like, no, you don't. So I don't know what to do, or if this is just like back in this time, and if things have changed, because you see in other countries,
Back in that time.
they still women still have their hair covered all the time. So I don't understand, and I don't know what to do. I'd like to have your guys' opinions down below, because if God wants us women to have our hair covered, then I would cover my hair all the time, because I'm literally praying like all throughout the day. So I would have to have my hair covered all day. So I'll just read it and let you guys. I'm not judging anyone, like I said, because I don't know myself. I'm trying to figure out. I'd like for somebody to tell me their opinions. Sherm told me his opinion. He doesn't think that girls are supposed or should have to have their hair covered. But after I read today's Bible reading, you guys let me know what you think down below, please, in the comment section, so I can get some other opinions here. So it is today starting a new translation, and we are reading in the English Standard Version this week. And we're going to begin with 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1 through verse 16. Now remember, this is the New Testament, what we're reading, and it's titled Head Coverings. Now I command you, because you remember me in everything, and maintain the traditions, even as I delivered them to you. But I want you to understand that the head of every man is Christ. The head of a wife is her husband, and the head of Christ is God. Every man who prays or prophesies with his head covered dishonors his head. But every wife who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head, since it is the shame as if her head were shaven. For if a wife will not cover her head, then she should cut her hair short. But since it is disgraceful for a wife to cut off her hair or shave her head, let her cover her head. For a man ought not to cover his head, since he is the image and glory of God, but woman is the glory of man. For man was not made from woman, but woman from man. Neither was man created for woman, but woman for man. This is why a wife ought to have a symbol of authority on her head because of the angels. Nevertheless, in the Lord, woman is not independent of man, nor man of woman. For a woman was made from man, so man is now born of woman, and all things are from God. Judge for yourselves. It is proper for a wife to pray to God with her head uncovered? ? Does not nature itself teach you that if a man wears long hair, it is a disgrace for him, but if a woman has long hair, it is her glory? ? For her hair is given to her for a covering. If anyone is inclined to be contentious, we have no such practice, nor do the churches of God. So see, and this is Paul talking, I still believe. So is Paul saying here at the end, if any is inclined to be contentious, we have no such practice, nor do the churches of God. And it's saying that for her hair is given to her for a covering. So is Paul saying at the end here that women's hair is their covering? That they don't have to wear a cover over their head and there's no such practice anymore? I don't understand. You guys can tell me what you think, please. But that was, again, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1 through verse 16 from the English Standard Version. And now we're going to read Psalm chapter 35, verse 1 through verse 16. Great is the Lord of David. Contend, O Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and rise for my help. Draw the spear and javelin against my pursuers. Say to my soul, I am your salvation. Let them be put to shame and dishonor who seek after my life. Let them be turned back and disappointed who despise evil against me. Let them be like chaff before the wind, with the angel of the Lord driving them away. Let their way be dark and slippery, with the angel of the Lord pursuing them. For without cause they hide their net for me. Without cause they dug a pit for my life. Let destruction come upon him when he does not know it, and let the net that he hid ensnare him. Let him fall into it to his destruction. Then my soul will rejoice in the Lord, exulting in his salvation. All my bones shall say, O Lord, who is like you, delivering the poor, for him who is too strong for him, the poor and needy for him who robs him. Malicious witnesses rise up. They ask me of things I do not know. They repay me evil for good. My soul is brevet. But when they are sick, I wear sackcloth. I afflicted myself with fasting. I prayed with head bowed on my chest. I went about as though I grieved for my friend or my brother. As one who laments his mother, I bowed down in mourning. But as my stumbling they rejected and gathered. They gathered together against me. Wretches whom I did not know tore at me without ceasing. Like profane mockers at a feast, they gnash at me with their teeth. And that was Psalm chapter 35, verses 1 through 16. Great is the Lord of David. Getting a lot of verses 1 through 16 here today. Kinda. We would have had it all the way down here. But Proverbs kind of messed it up a little. We're going to read Proverbs chapter 21, verses 17 through 18. Whoever loves pleasure will be a poor man. He who loves wine and oil will not be rich. The wicked is a ransom for the righteous, and the traitor for the upright. And that was Proverbs chapter 21, verses 17 and 18. Okay, guys, that was today's Bible reading. Again, we are reading in the English Standard Version this week. And again, I would also love to get your guys' input. What you guys feel that 1 Corinthians 11, 1 through 16 is talking about when they're talking about the head coverings. If you think that women should wear head coverings, or you don't think they're supposed to anymore, I would really like if you guys could mention it down below what you guys' opinions are, because it's really bugged me for years. It really has. So looks like it's gonna rain, guys. Our power went out today. We lost power for a couple hours, but luckily it came back on. So thank goodness for that. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday, and I hope you guys have a great week ahead. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new Bible reading. Bye, guys. God bless.